Chapter 300. Agla's Plea and Release. When Gurat, as well as Fungar Helen, heard this from Mahal, they at once went into the other room, where the two cage dwellers were properly guarded. On arrival, they were immediately addressed by Agla with these words: "O you first rulers of the kingdom, and also you, my father Mahal, I am the greatest sinner before God and before all of you, for I have misappropriated the rights of God, and also all of your rights, and therefore deserves nothing else but death. I realize now that this cage punishment is way too lenient for me. A glowing cage would be more appropriate for my sins. But where lives an imprisoned sinner who does not long for freedom, whether it avails him or not? Thus it is the case with me too. I now realize the whole extent of my crime before you and before God, as it is perhaps not realized by any second sinner. But I nevertheless recognize and feel the powerful urge for freedom, which makes this dungeon an unbearable torment for me. Oh, take a dagger and stab me in the heart, and you will make me happy. Only, do not keep me any longer in this most ridiculed captivity, for it can drive me to despair and madness. Do with me what you want, but do not keep me here any longer, where I am continually being teased and insulted by the guards. Oh, Father Mahal, and you, my brother Kisarel, and you, my dear sisters, have mercy on me, who is exceedingly unhappy. Consider me as a being captured, deluded and seduced by hell, and you will at least have that much compassion with me, to give me the longed-for death. Do not think that I could ever become dangerous to you ever again, for she who is asking you with uplifted hands for death will never ever ask you for the throne again. O great, almighty God, if my sins would not be so great, I would have asked you for my salvation. But I realize my too great unworthiness before you. Therefore I do not dare to ask you, you most holy, most righteous Father, for mercy. But yet soften the hearts of these your rulers here, that they may kill me, that I may no longer be exposed to the most humiliating ridicule of the guards. After these words, Agla fainted and fell down in her cage and started to groan. Fungar Helen had immediately the cage opened, and had her carried out of the cage and refreshed with good herbs, whereupon she recovered again. When she regained her life forces again, Fungar Helen said to her, "Agla, are you serious to rather die than to go back to the cage again? See, here is a sharp dagger, and there is the cage. Choose now seriously between the two." At these words, Agla at once revealed her chest and said, with a somewhat trembling voice, "See, here is the beating heart, which so often has been deceived and caught. Redeem it with the steel in your strong hand." Here Funga Helen threw the steel away and said to Mahal, "With that I have forgiven your daughter everything. God and you can prescribe what should further happen to her." And Mahal said, "If you have forgiven her everything, also I will forgive her for everything. But she cannot stay here. She must come with us into the field." With that, Funga Helen was satisfied. But Agla knelt before her father and wept for such grace to her, that she became very weak thereat. But all were delighted at Agla's betterment,